Streaming showdown, Peacock versus Sling TV. Two big names, one big question. Which service truly comes out ahead? On the left, Peacock, home of NBC Universal Originals and live sports. On the right, Sling TV, the flexible, affordable choice for live cable channels. Let's skip past the hype and buzzwords and dig into the details that actually matter. Each category gets points. By the end, you'll see exactly which platform tops the charts in 2025. The winner might just surprise you. Okay, so here's our mind map to keep things super clear. We're going to compare Peacock and Sling TV across these categories: pricing and plans, channel lineup and content, DVR and on-demand, user experience, availability and device support, and finally, customer satisfaction and value. Sound good? Let's dive in. First up, let's talk pricing and plans, because, let's be real, nobody wants to get stuck with a surprise charge. So, Peacock actually has a free tier with ads, which, is nice if you just want to check things out. When you go premium, it starts pretty low at roughly $5.99 a month, and they've also got some pretty sweet annual discounts, so that's kind of a win if you're planning to stick around. But heads up, if you're chasing live TV, like actual cable-style content, you're going to have to shell out a bit more. Sling TV is known for its flexibility. Their plans start at $19.99 for the lighter Select option, or $45.99 for a full-on orange or blue package. They'll even toss you a deal for your first month. And if you just need TV for a weekend, yep, there are day and week passes. But, and this is big, if you go nuts with add-ons, those costs jump up kind of fast. Used to be Sling was the cheapest game in town for live TV, but honestly, that's not super true anymore. So, for value and variety, Peacock definitely sneaks ahead here. Now, onto channel lineup and content. And this is where things get spicy. So with Peacock, you get the whole NBC Universal library. Like, we're talking The Office, some seriously good exclusives like Poker Face, and if you love sports, they have the Premier League, NFL, Olympics, you name it. Downside is, if you want non-NBC live TV, it's a little limited, and honestly, not as many cable channels as the old school bundles. Sling TV flips the script. They're all about customization. You pick orange or blue depending on what you care about. Sports, news, entertainment. Sling delivers those big cable channels too. ESPN, AMC, Fox, NBC, CNN, and you can stack add-on packs for sports or international stuff. Downside? Local channels aren't everywhere, depends where you live, and no CBS, which stings a little. If you're super local news obsessed, you might actually need an antenna. So both win in their own ways here. Let's talk DVR and on-demand. This is a lifesaver if you never watch anything live. Peacock totally rules here. Binge those NBC shows at your own pace, get next-day episodes, and their higher plans throw in cloud DVR for live TV. Super handy. The ads on the free tier? Yeah, not everything's replayable, and you might miss out on some live events, but it's solid for catching up. Sling TV has a cloud DVR built into all their plans, but here's the catch. It's only 50 hours unless you tack on an extra $5 a month. And managing your recordings? Yeah, it's not exactly a walk in the park. So if you hoard shows, you'll probably hit your limit quick and wish you were using Peacock instead. Quick break! Did you know? Peacock was named for the NBC logo, and its feathers represent the network's colorful content. Pretty slick branding move, right? Alright, user experience. This is kind of the make or break for most people. Peacock feels premium. It's simple, clean. Literally anyone can just jump in and start streaming. Finding trending titles and exclusives? Easy. And the app works everywhere. TV, phone, web, whatever. The only thing is, on the free plan, ads can sometimes get a little out of control. Sling TV gives you a customizable home screen. You can favorite channels, get recommendations, and some plans let you stream on more than one device at once. But it's got that reputation for, randomly freezing or being kinda sluggish. A bunch of users say Sling's navigation can be clunky. So if you want stress-free streaming, Peacock definitely has the edge. Next is availability and device support. Really important if you're always on the go. Honestly, both are pretty solid. Peacock works literally everywhere. Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, smart TVs, phones, laptops, you name it. It's available across the US, but watch out. Some live sports might be blocked in your area. Sling TV is also everywhere, and, kinda neat, you can get a deal for a free HD antenna in select areas for better local coverage. Still, there's blackout zones for certain live channels, so heads up if you're counting on your local game. Both are matching up here, so we'll call it even. Last one, customer satisfaction and value. This one honestly does matter. Nobody wants to commit to a service that keeps changing the rules. Peacock is kind of a crowd pleaser. You're getting real value with their on-demand and sports options, especially if you're into the NBC Universal universe. They don't have every live channel ever, but for most people, it's enough. Sling TV, meanwhile, has always pitched itself as affordable. And yeah, it's still cheaper than classic cable, but reviews have slipped over time. People are frustrated about price hikes, bundles shrinking, and general, is this really worth it energy. So, for satisfaction and overall value, Peacock lands on top here. Here's a look at how both services stack up across all our categories. You can see where each one shines, and honestly, those weak spots matter if they're your biggest priority. All right, so final thoughts. If you're all about binging the best NBC shows, catching original content, or streaming major live sports, Peacock is definitely for you. But if what you want is straightforward, customizable cable channel packages, especially if you're a die-hard sports or news fan, then Sling TV might hit closer to home. Overall, Peacock edges out as the better balanced platform in 2025. But hey, you know your watching habits best. Looking for more comparison deep dives? Don't forget to bookmark us for the latest in streaming, so your picks are always on